judging by this, over here should be the sphere of doom. It's enchanted. That's how you know it has power. I'll take this. Wait a minute. Shouldn't that be something? Oh well. Wait a minute. Ah!
I got my end of the deal. Do you have your end of the deal? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got my end of the deal, as long as you got yours. Yes, an enchanted golden apple. Nice.
How's it going, guys? Anxious Cynic back again, and that was awesome. Thank you guys so much for all the submissions to this week's compilation. We actually got quite a bit, as you can tell from the length of this video. It's really awesome, and it's like a treat for me to be able to see what you guys are doing and where you're at in your animation learning curve path things, and to be able to take those things and put them in a compilation and have it on the channel. So once again, thank you guys for submitting. So a couple of things I wanted to note based on what I saw is a couple of the submissions I got were standard definition. So to avoid that, like technically you want it to be at least 720p. So if you go to your project and you have your project size here, generally by default it's going to be 720. But when you go up here to render and you go to export, try to make sure your export is at least 720. Obviously I can still use the standard definition. I think some of you guys were using this here, the 720 by 480, but really 720 here, HDV 720 or 1080, whatever. These videos going up are going to be scaled down to 720p. So this is the actual size that this video will be, regardless of how high the resolution is on your animation. So at least 720, and that should hopefully work out better for all of us. Besides that, it's just basically a couple of things. Some of you guys still, or at least one submission I think still has the mine-imator logo, and I try to clarify that usually in the comments, but just as a reminder, when you start up mine-imator, there's an upgrade button if you haven't registered it yet, and you click that. You need to register your version and get a code and do it. It's free. You can donate if you want to, but you don't have to, so just register it for free, and there you go. You can toggle that off in your settings. When you go over here to your render settings, at the bottom you have watermark, and it'll be checked, and you can uncheck that, and you'll never have that little mine-imator logo in the bottom right of your animation again, unless you wanted it for some reason, which I don't know why you would. And again, basically the same thing as last time with the transitions. If you have your camera and you want it to move from one point to another real quick like, you want to have instant keyframe transitions. So if I take this and I want to move it over here at the 30 frame mark, well, first of all, I gotta deselect the other one. All right, there we go. Let's move it back over here then. Forget it. I don't even care. Just do something like that and get rid of this because we don't need it. Anyway, so as you can see, it just moves linearly or whatever keyframe transition we have. So if I take this, go over here to our transitions, make it instant, then it'll stay there and suddenly pop over there. So I don't know if it was really accidental or intentional, but a couple of the bits that I remember seeing had the camera kind of flying around a little bit willy-nilly. So you can do that. It's a really quick and easy way to do it. I recommend watching my Complete Beginner's Guide series. It's a little bit lengthy, a little bit long-winded, but it covers a lot of the basics of how you can do this stuff, as well as like a 2-camera setup and all sorts of things like that. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't watched that, it will help get you up and going pretty well. All right, and that's pretty much it that I can think of for this week. One little note is I may not include this bit of me talking at the end of the compilations in every video or ever again. I don't really know. It depends on how it works out. If it's necessary, then I will. If not, what I may do is like put little blip pop-ups throughout the compilation. We'll see how it goes. Just a heads up, if it doesn't appear in future compilation videos, then that's why. Because I might be doing that. So if you see the blips, then the chances are there's not going to be a thing at the end. And one of the reasons for that is because, a lot of you guys are still learning. You can watch the tutorials and things like that. So far, there hasn't been anything outright that I really needed to address too crazily, if that's the right word to use, which I don't think it is. And then we're also getting a good bit more submissions than I expected, so I don't want the length of these compilations to get too crazy, so I might limit it kind of more to just your guys' compilations, and if I have tips, I might just have them pop up throughout the compilation video. Something like that. Is pretty simple, just a little change. We're still working out all the kinks with this thing. Anyway, once again, thank you guys for all the submissions. And one more note that I had, I wanted to encourage you guys to critique each other's work. If you're watching the compilation and you see, something that someone could do to improve their animation or make something better, feel free to comment that, like either in the compilation video itself, or if you go to their channel and they have the video up on their channel where you can comment on it. Either way, whatever's convenient for you, just make sure, try to make sure that they can know that you're talking to them. And that way, you guys can kind of, like, this is supposed to be like a community thing to help build a community, to help you guys learn and grow. And if it's just me helping you, then that's not really much of a community. But if you're helping each other, then that gives everyone a reason to submit, to get critiqued, and to come back, and so on and so forth. I'm sure you can figure out the benefits to that for yourself. On that note, I just want to say, try not to be mean about it. Like, we want to focus on constructive criticism, but in general, I'm not going to be going and like culling the comments of mean or harsh criticisms or anything like that. So beware of getting your feelings hurt. A lot of times criticism can come off offensively, and sometimes people don't know how to give it in a very constructive and helpful way. So you're going to have to be aware of that. But my philosophy is all criticism can be helpful. It doesn't matter how it comes, if it comes in a rude way or a really nice way. Either way, you're still getting information that's going to help you to grow and to improve. So if someone in the comments critiques your video and it's mean or something, I just recommend either try to take what they're saying into consideration and utilize it, or if you think that it's just a bogus criticism, then feel free not to listen to it. I don't want you guys to have like big fights or a lot of drama in the comments or anything, so please let's try to keep that to a minimum. But I just think that's definitely a progressive way to go, that this needs to be like everybody helping everybody, critiques and tips and all sorts of things. I will do my best to do my part, and I hope you guys are interested in growing and helping each other move along. All right? So, yeah, if you see anyone with a question or whatever and you know the answer to it, feel free to chime in and let them know what's up. So just keep that in mind. No need for arguing or drama or anything. Just try to keep it positive and help each other out. And that's going to be it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's compilation. And I will see you next week.